What's a good way to spend 140 hours of your life?
Playing Persona 4 Golden on Steam.
I mean, that's a good one too, but I was thinking Persona 5 Royal on PlayStation 4.
Yeah, that was how long it took me to beat the game. Hey Mason, how long did it take you to beat the game?
According to you, because I forgot, 107 hours and 3 minutes.
Yes, because I literally looked it up 5 minutes ago. Because you're like, I don't remember. It was like
I
120,
thought,
I think. And I'm like, no, it was way
yeah,
shorter than that.
I don't know how it got that. I don't know how it was that much shorter. Because my original playthrough was like 120, just a ballpark figure,
Yeah,
120,
I think that's actually
and
about how long it took me to do the vanilla version of 5, I
and
think.
I did a lot more stuff in Royal, not just counting the new stuff.
Yeah.
I did a lot more stuff in Royal than I did in the original. And how did it take me 13 hours less?
Well, to be fair, mine took me like 30 more hours to beat than my original because I decided that on my days where I felt like doing nothing, I would just spend a day in a whole palace or mementos and I'd just grind for hours on end
Because you're insane.
because I'm bored. Because I don't since this whole stupid COVID-19 incident, I work nights now, and so I
Drew,
wake
you're
up at
gonna get
like
demonetized for that.
oh, cuz it's so dumb. Uh So I wake up at like 1 in the afternoon. I have to go in at like 6. Well, I have to leave here at 5:30. So for like 4 hours, I'll just be like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna grind in this place for like 3 hours because I've got nothing better to do. And Persona's one of those games where I feel like if I'm doing the social stuff of it, I need like hours upon hours to play it. Like Persona
God.
to me, Persona is one of those games I can't pick it up for an hour and just stop. I have to play it for like 8 or more.
So what you're saying is Persona. You're not into Persona Crossing then?
Persona Crossing.
Yeah. Can't just pick it up for a little bit and then put it down. No, you gotta spend hours with it.
Hell yeah. I can't not spend a lot of time with it cuz I've seen it earlier footage earlier today and I'm like, "Man, I really want to go play that again." And I actually uninstalled it from my PS4 cuz I'm like, I want to put something else on here.
Wait, you uninstalled Persona 5 Royal or Persona 5?
Both. I, I
You uninstalled both?
I uninstalled both. Why am I going to go back and play vanilla when Royal's better?
Well, why'd you uninstall both?
Because I'm done with it for a while. I 100%ed the damn thing, for God's sakes, on my first playthrough of it. Alright, leave me alone. I've done enough damage. The next time
You,
I play it, it will be a challenge run.
yeah, do Maniacs mode and fight that final
You
boss.
mean merciless mode?
Merciless Maniacs, it's Shin Megami Tensei, who cares?
I will say this, though. We're not spoiling anything until way later in this, but the final palace, I was like anxiety was running through me, even though I was like so. Even though I guess technically you're not over leveled because looking at average levels, I was just
Compared to me, you were over leveled.
yes, but like compared to average though, I was not because average was 95 on the very final day of the game. But I had anxiety running through me that whole time because it's summertime. Summertime in the place I live, the town I live in, our electric company sucks ass. Therefore, I'm always concerned about power outages. We had one today, actually, and
Oh
all the power
shit!
did was blink, and
Oh
everything in
god!
the house turned off. Like, I have electronic fans, like, they just have buttons you push and they just turn on. So, that's how I know the power goes out, is when the fans are off.
Yeah, that happens here sometimes. The power will blink and then boom, everything's off. And I've had that happen to me while I was playing Persona 3,
Matter of
all those years ago.
But I was so distraught when doing the final boss
47.
of this game, like the true final boss, because it's like what 4 phases. It's crazy how long the fight goes. It's like almost a whole
Yeah,
hour or two just for all of
yeah.
that. It
Yeah,
it took a long
but it's
time.
so worth it.
It's worth it, but I'm
It's
like,
so
man, I've
good.
already. If power went off, I would have been like, I've already done this once. I'm just fucking done.
But then you would have missed the the big moment where blank shoots blank in the blank.
I know we would have missed that, but I'm glad I didn't miss that, and that's why we're gonna talk about it later, though, not today. Later.
So what are we talking about today, Drew?
We're going to go through palaces 1, 2, and 3. Palace number
So
1.
that would be
Pal- Palace.
I forgot his name.
Palace number 1.
Yeah, I forgot his name. What is his name?
DC Douglas is his name.
No, no, no. His fucking character,
I know, I
jackass.
know. I'm being
Um,
facetious.
um,
Kamo shitlord.
uh, Kamashita. That's right. Oh fuck.
Yeah.
I've been
Real
thinking
dick
I've
bag.
been thinking so much about the final boss. I forgot about fucking Kamashita.
Yeah. Just don't try and say the final boss's name because we know what the final boss's name is, and we're not going to say that because spoilers.
Right, right.
But yes, we're going to go through his palace.
But hold on. We are talking about Royal, we do have to we should cover the two new characters that were introduced in the game, right?
Eventually. I'm pretty sure that's after Kamoshida though. At least for the other one.
Yeah, no, I think they were both. I think they were both introduced around the end of Kamoshida's arc.
Yeah. The only problem I have is I'm not sure where the Mystery Palace fell in. You know what I'm talking about?
Uh,
the
yeah.
I don't remember if that fell between 2 and 3 or 3 and 4. I don't remember for sure.
Hold on. The Mystery Palace. You mean where that thing happens?
Yes.
I think that was a lot later in the game.
Was it?
Yeah, I think that was after Palace 3.
Because I thought it was between 3 and 4.
That's literally what I just said after Palace 3.
Well, after Palace 3 could be also between 4, 5, 5, 6. You know what I mean?
Oh, shut up.
Hey, I'm just trying to be
I
specific. I know people like that when they hear this kind of shit, which no one will.
Yeah, somebody might hear it.
Maybe. If we're lucky, someone might have listened in so far.
I did have one person listen to our Persona 4 cast
And that never
part
even
1.
got finished.
Hey, blame my dad for breaking the laptop.
Fine. Fine, I'll blame him. Bastard. Alright,
And that's all we'll say. So
let's get into it though. We're not talking about Kamo shitlord yet. We're not talking about DC
no,
Douglas
yeah,
yet.
yeah, we're not talking about
We're
Kamoshida
gonna
yet
talk
because
about
we got
this
to talk about
blank slate of
our
a cool fucker that's coming off this train.
Mamma Mia.
Yeah, as canonically known that people don't like it, his name is Ren Mamma Mia or Amamia.
I have never heard anybody say Amamia.
That's actually his name. Did you actually not know that was his real name, or are you bullshitting me?
No, is that how they pronounce it? Because I always thought they pronounced it Amamia.
I thought it was Amamia, but I don't know. There's apparently many ways you can pronounce Japanese names, and it's sometimes normally always wrong.
I mean, yeah, Sakamoto.
Sakamoto.
So we meet Ren Amamiya. We meet Ren
Yeah, we're just gonna
as
call him Mamma Mia from now on. So
you know.
Mario
Actually,
references need
yeah,
to get out the door right now.
yeah. We'll just call him Mamma Mia. So we meet Mamma Mia as he has uh
Been
committed the grand crime of
helping people.
yeah helping people. He's been falsely accused for a crime that he didn't commit, and this isn't spoilers because it's fucking obvious.
I mean, why else is he here?
Yeah. Well, he's here because he assaulted that man for no reason.
Ah, I know. Matter of fact, next time I play through Persona 5, I'm gonna call him Damn Brat I'll Sue. That'll be his name. That's gonna be his name.
Damn, Brad, I'll sue.
Matter of fact, it fits in the whole name thing too. Dan Brat will
Oh,
be
that'd
his
be
first name, so they'll be called Al Sukun.
oh, that'd be great actually.
Yes, it would. Uh, uh,
So
Real
so the
quick
day
though, before we keep going though, I have one more thing to say about this opening. With his problems. Uh, Shout outs to his parents and all of his no ones over where he used to live for not calling and checking on him and seeing if he's okay.
Yeah, you're right. Nobody ever calls in to check how he's doing.
No, matter of fact, the
We're just,
most he gets is Sojiro.
we're just
It's
gonna send you off to we're just gonna send you off to this guy who kind of knows your parents.
kind of the only
We'll
reason he
we'll
took
call
you
you in a
in
year.
the only reason he took you in was because he
He's
he
getting paid pretty
he's getting
well.
paid and he also knows your family, I think.
Sort of.
Sort of, kind of, sort of.
Yeah, it's a kind of sort of relationship, but hey, he's not turning down the money.
Hell no. I mean, if you have a cafe in the middle of nowhere that no one seems to go to, I'd probably want the money too.
So the he that we're talking about is the legendary Who Boy himself,
Ooh boy.
Sojiro Saka.
Hell yeah. Boss.
Sojiro is a fucking asshole.
At the start of the game.
Well, yeah, but we're talking about the start of the game.
Yes, but I love Sojourner. He's one of my favorite characters.
Well, I mean, yeah, he's one of my favorite characters too, but at the start, he's a fucking prick.
Yes, he is, but that's because, you should have kept your nose out of that person's business. That dude trying to have his
That dude
sexual
tried.
ways with a woman.
You should have just let it happen.
Yeah,
It's none of
just
your business.
yeah, it's
None
none
of
of
your
your fucking
business.
business, Mamma Mia.
So the whole point of Mamma Mia being here in Tokyo is in Shinjuku is he needs to just live a normal crime-free school life because he's a fucking delinquent. He acts up one more time and that's it. You're sent off straight to prison.
Juvie, actually.
Juvie, prison, same fucking thing.
I mean, once for, teenagers.
Yeah, I know. So you're
I'm
sent
telling you
straight
right
off.
now, boy, you're gonna go straight to juvie if you act up one more fucking time. I wish I could talk like Sojiro. He has such a cool voice though.
The only way I can do Sojiro is just say, "Ooh boy."
Ooh boy. I don't think you can really get that part wrong. I don't even think he says that line. Matter of fact, I think you just have to read it.
No, I think he does.
Does he?
Yeah, in the Valentine's Day.
It was either Valentine's Day or White Day. I don't remember which one.
No, it's Valentine. I'm pretty sure it's Valentine's Day.
It's one of them. Anyways.
There's also another line that he says, "Let me explain."
Oh, he says that a lot though. That's like one of his generic lines for when he
Yeah,
doesn't like talk.
when he's teaching you about coffee.
Yeah. But
By
yeah.
the way, Sojiro is really good at making coffee and curry. In fact, it's his known cafe specialty, the spicy, delicious curry with this all these different types of coffee. He's really good at it.
Yes, and he owns his own cafe, which you live in the attic of.
Yeah,
And
because you gotta stay out of the sight of the customers, because otherwise it'll ruin the business.
yeah, at least so he claims. But yeah, shit goes crazy though our first day of school.
I mean, first of all, you meet on Takamaki. You meet her outside,
Yeah,
and
you
then some
awkwardly stare at her for like 5 minutes, and then she's kind of
because
smiles at you, and she's like, "Man, he's kind of fucking weird." And then she
yeah,
runs
because
off with
it's
this square-chinned motherfucker in the car.
well, I mean, it was raining. She had to get out of the rain. She didn't have an umbrella, I don't think.
I don't know. Did she really have a choice?
I mean, we can talk about that later. But so this square jawed motherfucker happens to offer you a ride, and you're like, "No, I'm good." And then
Matter of fact,
because you
Xander
don't
Mobus
take
actually goes, "Nah."
so
I have that cutscene on like saved as a clip on my PS4. Oh my
does
god.
does he actually speak up and be like, "Nah"?
Yeah, he goes, "Nah."
Oh, I didn't realize that. So because you don't take Squarejaw's offer, you end up meeting Ryuji Sakamoto, Another delinquent, not very popular at the school you're about to go to, Shujin Academy.
Damn that pervy
But
teacher.
we'll get to that. We haven't met a pervy teacher
But
yet.
that's his line that he says. He says, "Damn that pervy teacher." And then Mamma Mia goes,
Oh shit!
"Pervy teacher?"
Oh shit! I don't remember. I don't remember this. I genuinely don't.
I played the beginning of the game like 3 or 4 times, dude. That's how it stuck with me.
I'm so proud of you.
I'm not.
Yeah, neither am I. But so Sakamoto seems to have something against the guy who we later find out is an actual teacher at your school. He seems to have something against him, but I don't know. He seems all right to me. So Sakamoto and yourself, Mamma Mia, decide, we're stuck together anyway. We might as well just walk to school. And then somehow you end up in a castle.
Yeah, and then somehow you end up in a castle. Meanwhile, all things around you are getting weirder and weirder
And
as you're
and
walking there.
neither of you notice.
No. What was the thing he said? Ryuji's like, "Who's that pervy teacher think he is? King of the castle or something like that?" And then
Yeah.
that's when they walk into it because that was the words. How the system works in the game is you have to enter 2 phases and the name of the person. Like, so you enter the name of the person and then 2 phrases or things that would match who or
No,
what they are.
you have to enter the name of the person, the place that the distortion is coming from, and a phrase that describes how they feel.
Yeah,
So,
Mason said it better.
for example, Kamishita Shujin Academy castle
Yep.
because he believes that he's the king of the castle. He's the king of Shujin Academy. Kamishita's a dick.
Kind of, yeah. We'll get to that though in a
And
second because we go
yeah,
into the castle and then we're fucking bombarded by people
really
and
good cosplayers.
yes, very good cosplayers, very good cosplayers. I'm never gonna forget the line that makes me feel weird. It's the weird. I think it's like one of the weirdest lines in the game. Where Ryuji gets smacked by the guard's shield, and he's like, "You're gonna break my bones, damn it."
Yeah.
I every time I hear that line, I'm like, "What? That's not something anyone would ever say." But okay,
Ah,
okay.
yes. Ah, yes. I'm worried about my entire bones breaking.
And then of course they break your bones, and they throw you in prison.
Yeah, except without the breaking your bones part.
Yeah, and they don't actually break your bones. I'm just being an asshole towards Ryuji.
Hey,
Actually,
don't be an asshole towards Ryuji.
matter of fact, he's not even Ryuji yet. He's just vulgar boy.
Right, we haven't even learned his name yet.
But we might as well say their names because they're gonna come up later anyways.
Yeah, Ryuji Sakamoto.
But uh, after that, we awaken towards the persona when we awaken up from
Pers-
taking a nap from getting our bones broke. Damn it,
persona.
persona. I'll use my persona. If anyone wonders why I say that, I I'll use my persona. I say it like that. Number one, I'm from the south. First of all, number
You're not from the fucking South. You call your state the South?
I'm in the southern part of my state. Fuck
You're
you.
not from the South, though.
I beg to
That's
differ.
still that's
I
still Midwest, jackass.
I heard my neighbor saying some very mean things earlier, I'll have you know, and that's actually the truth today. So I will let you know that I do live in the south. Fuck you.
So how red
My family is a bunch
so,
of rednecks. Leave me alone.
so how redneck are you?
Not very, because I use proper grammar when I type.
Let me hear your best yeehaw.
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 I'm not gonna go too loud because my relatives in the house are sleeping.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
Probably. Uh, but yeah,
So
we awaken
we awaken to
from
the
our
persona.
yeah.
And the
Oh, I remember what I was
persona
saying now. I lost my train of thought. Anyways, the reason I say I'll use my persona is because a certain character says that exact line. I'll use my persona. It's Makoto. I'm just gonna say it right now. It's Makoto. Uh,
Do that girl voice again.
I'll use my persona.
It gets funnier the second time.
Good. Better fucking get funny. It's all I've got. I need to rake in views somehow. I haven't posted an actual
Just,
video on my channel in like 4 months.
dude, just, just throw up a thumbnail of some anime titties, censored, with
With me and my mouth agape.
yeah, and a red arrow pointing towards the anime titties, and some clickbaity title
You'll
like
never guess what happens next
"You
after we talk
never
about Makoto and her persona.
gone sexual,
Makoto
18
gone
plus."
sexual, 18 plus.
You'll get all the views in no time, bro.
Yeah, I'll get 1 billion views. 0 subscribers though.
Because they'll realize you clickbaited them, and then they have to watch a shitty podcast.
Anyway, we awaken to our persona.
And the persona is Arsène, the gentleman thief.
Yes, what's his name? Lupin? Lupin? Lupin
Arsène
Arsène?
Lupin.
Yes,
Arsène Lupin.
the third.
Yeah, the third.
And we escaped from the prison that we were thrown in because our bones were broken. Damn it.
Yeah. And
Yes.
then we actually get to school.
Yes, and then we actually get to school. And as we're
Dumbass,
escaping,
dumbass Ryuji tries to actually talk his way. Like, no man, we got trapped in a castle and all this other shit, and and Kamashita tried to kill us.
oh, that bastard. How dare he?
Yeah, they're totally gonna believe that, Ryuji.
Yeah. Hey Ryuji, were your bones still broke? Show them the damage to your bones. Have them take x-rays. Maybe they'll believe you then.
But unfortunately, no bones were broken on that day.
Nope. None whatsoever.
I mean, Kamashita probably would have spun it into another bout of self-defense anyway.
Yeah, they tried to kick me in the dick, so I broke his bones, damn it.
Well, it all adds up here, gentlemen.
And then they're like, "Yo, Kamoshida, you suck." And he's like, "I don't like you." And then Kamoshida's like, "Have we met somewhere?" To Xander Mobus, and Xander's like, "I don't know. I think it was with Anne." And then he's like, "Oh, okay. Well, try this again. You'll be expelled."
And then they try it again.
Yeah, and then they try it all again.
But this time, they meet a cat.
Yeah, they did meet a cat.
Yeah,
And then
a
he's like,
cat
"Yo,
in
Xander
Japan.
Mobus, you're an amateur. Get over it."
And you, Ryuji, blonde boy, fuck you. I don't like you.
Yeah, for like the whole game.
Yeah. Also, the cat in Japan is voiced by Pikachu.
Really?
Yeah, Ikuo Otane voices Morgana.
Huh. I did not know
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
I know Cassandra Lee Morris does it for the English dub.
Well, that's because you probably didn't even know Pikachu's voice actress's name, did you?
Probably not, because I don't normally care about that stuff.
Fair enough. You're less of a nerd than I am. Congratulations.
I don't know. I have some pretty nerdy shit to say sometimes.
Yeah, you do.
I mean, if you want some nerdy shit, you can go watch one of my Call of Duty Modern Warfare videos.
Or I could not do
Yeah,
that.
you're not gonna do that anyways.
And
You should hear all the mad shit I talk about you in my streams.
maybe instead of watching Drew's Call of Duty videos,
You should watch this.
you could watch my Crash Bandicoot
Oh
videos.
shit! Don't do that though.
The higher quality Activision series.
Oh, ooh, Activision's high quality. Ooh, man.
Hey, I said higher quality Activision series. I didn't call Activision high quality.
I still feel like that is defending them in a way, but I'm gonna let that slide for once. We need to quit getting off topic, sir. We're never gonna finish this in time.
Isn't getting off topic the fun part?
It is. That is the fun part, but fuck it. But fuck it.
So, anyways, so we've met the cat. We have met Mamma Mia.
Hey, he's
We
not a
have met.
fucking cat.
You're right. We've met the not cat. We've met Mamma Mia. We've met Blondie. There's one more character we haven't met yet, and
Tits.
it's on Takamaki, who we've already met.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, tits.
So she ends up becoming a party member as well, because unfortunately, Kamoshida's absolute dick energy has ended up causing a fellow student and An's best friend, Shiho, to attempt to kill herself.
By jumping off the roof of the school.
So he's kind of crossed the line there. So he needs to be stopped.
Yeah.
And only us, the righteous phantom thieves, except we're not the phantom thieves yet.
No, not yet. Not yet.
Only us
We're
can deliver
amateurs.
the righteous justice to stop Kamishita, with the possibility of killing him. But hey, make we all have like risks that we need to take.
Yes, we do.
Morgana, do you know if this is gonna not kill him or not? I have no idea.
Says him for the entirety of the game.
No, it's really just that part because then
No,
after
because he's always like, I think. Even in the next palace, he's like, yeah, it'll work. I
I
think.
think you're right, he does do that.
Like, I don't. I mean, I think he stops doing it by the fourth palace. But then by like the fifth one, of course, they start questioning everything. but
Yeah, yeah, understandable.
but anyway, so you go through Kamoshida's palace. So what are the fundamentals about the Phantom Thievery, Mason?
The Phantom Thieves have outfits that symbolize their renegade spirit, and they only
Wear them.
appear. Yeah, they only appear onto their bodies when they enter the metaverse, and they're seen as a threat.
Yes. But we don't know
And
about
these,
the threat part yet until about the fourth palace.
well, I mean, who? Look, yeah,
No,
let's go.
actually, it's the third, isn't it?
I don't know.
Well, I'm only saying that because I'm pretty sure because they couldn't get to it in the third because they had to
I
stay
don't.
on the street. I don't remember for sure. I just
I
know for
don't.
sure in the fourth one that they weren't seen immediately as a threat.
Yeah, that was a thing. So anyway, this game does takes a lot of deviations from Persona 3 and Persona 4. So if you haven't played Persona 5 yet and you've lived under a rock for the last 3 or 4 years and you don't know anything about it, it doesn't play like Persona 3 and 4.
Especially 3. Unless you play Persona 3 Portable, then it plays a little similarly, but not a whole lot.
Persona 5 eliminates the entirely random dungeon
Yeah, well, kind of.
for the most part.
Yeah,
The dungeons for the most part are now linear. They are the same throughout.
yeah. Every time you play it, it's gonna be the
Yeah,
exact same thing every time.
yeah. And there's also some elements to invoke the thieving spirit. For
Yes.
example, you can duck behind cover into the shadows to avoid being seen and sneak up on your enemies, which are known as shadows.
Yes.
Shadows are manifestations of the human psyche and take the form of many mythological demons and gods and goddesses.
Well said, Mason.
Yeah, I just stole that from the Megami Tensei wiki, even
Oh,
though
I see how where we're going
I,
here. That's where we're
I
going
was
off this.
I wasn't looking at it right now, but that's pretty much just what I've stolen it
He's
from.
he's like, shit. We decided we were gonna do this an hour ago. I gotta look up all my knowledge real quick. Gotta verify.